Offering 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento or a new 2024 Kia Sportage. You get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Now enjoy the view this summer because the road is yours in a brand new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento or new 2024 Kia Sportage with $2,165 per month per 1,000 financed in 48 months. Quantities limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 7/8/24.
ESPN Northwest Florida is an active member of the Panama City Beach Chamber. We want to introduce the newest members to the Beach Chamber: Emerald and Forgotten Coast Adventures, Florida Pro Wash, Hilton Garden Inn Panama City, the Carrington Collection, Playables, Painted Panama, the Twisted Fork Culinary Classroom, and Avid Storage, Panama City Beach, Panama City, and Lynn Haven. Congratulations from the only local sports talk station, ESPN Northwest Florida. Your safety and proper care of your boat in an emergency is crucial. When it comes to on-water assistance, response time is everything. And since 1996, in the Bay or on the Gulf, it's Sea-Tow. Sea-Tow's Coast Guard licensed captains are on the scene in an average of 1 hour or less. Sea-Tow gets members home or back to boating faster. Become a member today at seatow.com or call 850-234-2323.
Is switching your wireless service to Total by Verizon easy?
Totalmente.
Now you can get 50% off any unlimited data phone plan. That's one line for only $25 a month, and you keep the phone you love. Hurry, this is a limited time offer. So find a store or switch suavemente at totalbyverizon.com. Offer ends July 31st, 2024. Promo subject to cancellation after 12 months. Available exclusively online and in Total by Verizon stores. Requires a compatible unlocked device and SIM. See totalbyverizon.com for device compatibility and additional details. Taxes and fees may apply.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions.
Now.
And now we're taking
With the first pick.
This is the last ball you got to bat.
the inside drive. From college to the pros, interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And now, the inside drive with Ryan Mulvey. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
good, but David's going to get we're good to go now. Thank you, David Hayes. If you just tuned in, 104.3 Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe. I also want to mention, we talked about all the other stuff, but it's the second and final week of our awesome contest. I saw Coach Oles get his Shaquille O'Neal jersey, 34, right? That's the number that Shaq wore for the Olympics. 32. We were trying to figure out the other day. 32 with the Magic. What was he with the Lakers?
I don't know.
34? Yeah, there you go. See, I had it switched last week.
Yeah.
I switched him around.
I got you.
Shaq Attack. He is awesome on the basketball coverage.
He is. He was at the game last night.
He's always there. He's part of that. But he's the Jay Henley of that crew.
Oh, is he?
You're not the Shaquille O'Neal of that crew. He's the Jay Henley of that crew.
Oh, I'm so flat. I feel so flattered.
You should. He's won some NBA championships, some MVPs, some NBA Finals MVPs, and all sorts of stuff.
I'll take it.
You probably got him on the golf course as well.
I like his pizzas. Was it the Shaq-a-roni?
Oh, you're talking about
what?
Big Papa's. There you go. That's a way to put it without saying it.
Yeah, the Shaq-a-roni.
Heard their new little chicken place over there where the old rib crib used to be. Not so, I don't know. I've heard mixed reviews.
Yeah, we stopped by there early on. I think it was a few days after it opened. It was all right. I'm not trying.
You've had it?
Yeah, just once though.
Well, if it was really good, something would have been said about it. So yeah,
that's one of those things.
Enough said.
You gotta, good, bad, or indifferent. You got to give everything a try twice.
What's this place you're talking about?
It's a
restaurant.
Okay,
and it's a brand of Shaquille O'Neal's.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So the largest type of chicken, some may say it's a synonym for large.
Gotcha.
You remember what a synonym is? Yeah. No, that would be an antonym.
It's the opposite.
Huge.
There you go.
Yeah. Huge.
That's a huge chicken. Thank you, Beth, for letting us know it is fixed. Thanks, Dave, for getting it up and running. But anyway, our Atlanta Braves 7-year send-off. Week number 2, the final week is underway. The Coach James Hale Show at 7:40, Inside Drive at 12:40, Afternoon Underdogs at 5:40. When you hear that, cue to call. Be caller number 10. You just got to give us a call, 850-215-6290. You'll automatically win a sweet qualifying prize. Today is a Dave & Buster's swag bag T-shirt, and of course, a $10 Swampy Jack gift card. We've got some more jerseys coming in later in the week as well. But the best thing about this contest is you can enter or qualify as many times as you want. I know we've had some double qualifiers already, so you automatically get the qualifying prize, and then you're entered to win an all-inclusive trip to experience the Atlanta Braves play the Toronto Blue Jays on Saturday, September 7th. This send-off includes hotels, spending cash, food and beverage at the game, and amazing seats at the Xfinity Club. We appreciate PCB Hobby, Fairfield Inn, Hampton Inn on Thomas Drive, and Home 2 Suites for making this thing happen.
Cool. Love it.
You like it, Jay?
Yeah. I just wonder if the Braves are going to be there come October.
Oh, it's getting a little interesting, that's for sure. But hey, it's a long season, and it's maybe, what do you want? I don't know what the word I was looking for.
The tide will rise again.
The tide will rise again. Not that tide, though. That tide can stay down, that's for sure. But anyway, don't forget about the 7-year send-off. We'll be doing it all week, and I believe we are giving away the grand prize winner on next Monday, the 17th.
Sweet.
I don't know what show on, but we'll figure that one out. Also, some exciting stuff that just came out today. I'm going to post, if you follow our Facebook page, if you go ahead and check that out, I'm going to post the link right now, and that's the Best of Bay. We talked about the nominations at length back early in May, but now it's time to vote, and we've been lucky enough, the Inside Drive, the Coach James Hale Show, the Afternoon Underdogs, and also our good friend Sam Peebles, who spends a lot of time with the Afternoon Underdogs. All 4 of us have been nominated for Best Radio Personality. There's one more in there, and he's local as well. He wins all the time, so we got to stop him from winning.
Right. Wins all the time.
He can only win so much, right?
Right.
Like, come on, make it happen, people. But anyway, check out our socials. Listen to us on the air. I just posted the link live here in the comments of this particular show, but we're going to be sending more information out about that. And heck, we even made it in there on the, don't know how we did this, but hey, the voters spoke and also put us there in the TV personalities. So
they see Facebook, they're like, dang,
it's TV.
That's television.
Hey, it's YouTube too, right?
Yeah.
YouTube, TV.
And Twitter.
I know YouTube
has TV.
It has TV. I know YouTube isn't TV, but they have YouTube TV. It might as well be the same thing.
Throw us in there.
Every time I see Jimmy Jones, who's a big Dallas Cowboys fan, he's like, "Oh, that's Jay Henley. He's got a face for radio." So every time, Ryan.
Well,
every
that's what
time.
I tell myself is motivation each day I wake up. David, you've got a face for radio, baby.
The beautiful thing is, too, Sam Peebles also got nominated for planner, event/wedding. So apparently there's a little confusion on where some of the nominations made in. But radio personality, you can see this. This is all, I put the link directly to the entertainment and leisure category for people. Coach Hale also made the nominations for the DJ event/wedding. So apparently Coach Hale in his spare time is spinning those discs at the weddings, making it happen. Yeah. And he also sees what kind of polls he can ask there as well while he's at the wedding. And they all usually typically lead to Alabama. But again, we appreciate everybody for tuning in as always, and we appreciate your vote. Vote for us on the Inside Drive. Vote for the Coach James Hale Show. Vote for the Afternoon Underdogs. We don't care. We just want one of our great shows here, local and live shows, Jay Henley, to win radio personality for Best of Bay. And if you feel so lucky and you want to do TV too, throw that in there as well. But again, I just posted that link on there. We're also going to be getting that on our website and posting it on our socials often. So stay tuned for that. That again, that's the Best of Bay voting. You can vote once per day per email address, Jay Henley. I know you've got several. When you sign up for that stuff, you don't want to be tracked. You use those other email addresses that nobody knows about.
Yeah,
so
burner email.
Yeah, burner email. So you can use those burner emails to vote, every day.
There you go.
Between now and the 24th. And then the winners, the top 3 will be announced in August, I believe, is what it said. So we appreciate your time, your votes, all that good stuff.
I like how it doesn't even say the Inside Drive. It just says Ryan Mulvey, ESPN Northwest Florida, baby. Let's go.
It's
all
all
your votes to Ryan.
It's all about how they put the nomination in there.
Absolutely. I'm just going through some of them and seeing it for the first time. I like this, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's exciting. I think the News Herald too does. If you vote 25 times, they enter you to win. Enter you in to win a $250 or I think a $250 gift card. So there's some vig in there for you as well if you want to get some voting going.
They were giving away like a trip to Macon, Georgia last.
Wow, that's
you want to go to Macon?
They're giving away trips.
Go see that Macon bacon.
Right,
making it back.
Man, you guys are just full of Macon puns this morning.
We are. Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Glad you're back.
Hey, me too.
We got you most of the week, kind of in and out.
I won't be here tomorrow, but I'll be here Wednesday, Thursday, 11:30 to 1, and then Friday.
Yeah, we know Friday. But it's okay. Alan's heading to the U.S. Open, so we're going to get some live from the U.S. Open from Alan Sandage on Friday.
There you go.
One of my favorite venues in golf. That's Pinehurst #2. Just an absolute beast of a golf course. We'll dive into more of that a little bit later on. Good weekend, Jay?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Taught a little bit?
A little bit. Saturday.
Got warm.
Yeah. Went fishing Friday night. Caught some bass Friday night.
Nice.
That was good.
Nice.
Saturday.
No trouble?
What's that?
No, that was terrible.
Oh.
Keep going.
Saturday, let's see. What did I do? Yeah, worked a little bit Saturday, and then yesterday was just kind of, whatever.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Did you watch any sports over the weekend?
A little bit. I did watch that Boston-Dallas game last night.
Oh, sweet. So you can talk to us a little bit
Well,
about
that
it.
started
I
there.
don't know. Luka, I tell you what, Luka, I was telling you earlier, Luka, man, that guy's got more talent than I've ever seen, in my opinion.
In basketball?
In basketball.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what talent are you talking about here?
Right.
You may know more than we do.
He knows how to speak Slovenian.
That is
Nice.
a talent that I don't have. I don't know about you. You probably that's something you would know how to speak some. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Some kind of crazy language. But yeah,
I think Jay's more into clicking noises with his tongue.
he was speaking. Oh man, he did it again. You're tribal. You're
All right, Britney Spears.
Oh, God. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No. You don't have to apologize for being you.
Was that from the Afternoon Delight Thursday or Friday? Thursday, the tribe?
Yeah, Thursday, because you weren't.
They got
here for it.
internet.
Yeah. And what'd they do? Porn and social media.
Yeah, they did.
Why not?
I mean, that's...
When in Rome. they're like, hey, those look different. No, anyway, I want to talk a little bit about, we'll talk about the pick'em results in these super regional games, but we had the opportunity, a kind of last minute decision. We talked a little bit about on Friday. We decided to take, Ryan had a big event with her friends and a big sleepover, so we decided to take Liam to Tallahassee for the super regional game because, not very often do you have a super regional within a couple hours of a drive. So it was cool to head over there. It was his first FSU baseball game. I'll tell you what, I was wondering why the seats closer to the field were so much cheaper, because you were in the sun literally the entire time. It's like, this game would be fine. Be 2.5 hours, maybe 3 at the most. Right. Obviously, if you watch the super regional game, the first game, FSU set tons of records, beating UConn 24-4. Carson Dorsey had a great outing in that one. I think that was the largest margin of victory in a super regional history, and the most runs scored in a super regional in NCAA history. And then NC State had a good run against Georgia as well. But yeah, just great time there. And I even, I was like, is he going to be okay? I mean, it is hot. We are in the sun the whole time. Yeah. And he was loving it because he's been to Braves games, he's been to minor league games, he's been to all those, but this game, the magnitude of what it meant was completely different than any other baseball game he had ever been to. And he was engaged, he saw a couple friends, and he was all in on this game the whole time. And I'm sitting there in the sun. I think I drank 11 bottles of water in what proved to be about 4 hours worth of game time. And Beth, she had she spent a lot of time in the shade because it was very, very hot. But she had I got to give a shout out to her. Huge kudos. She was in the whatever you call that, the concourse or the walkway in the shade, and she was walking down, and an older gentleman was kind of walking towards her and real wobbly and incoherent. Ooh. And she went up to him. She got him. He couldn't really talk. She's like, do you need to sit down? She got him into one of those jazzy chairs, and a few other people came over, and then EMS came up. You could tell. Yeah. I wasn't there when it happened. And she was like, wow, this was just crazy. And obviously he was extremely dehydrated and on the cusp of passing out. Right. So want to give Beth a big shout out for seeing it and reacting, because if that guy would have fell, who knows what would have happened. That's right. Reminds me a lot about what you guys did for me. So some good stuff there. But shout out to Beth for keeping her head on a swivel and being ready. Yeah. And she spent a lot of time in the shade, which I completely understand. She's smart. Yeah, she's smart. And FSU seemed to do better when she wasn't out there with us watching.
Team player.
Yeah, absolutely.
And y'all had 3 innings of free baseball as well on top of all that, right?
If that's what you want to call it, yeah. Extra baseball indeed. Very nerve-wracking. Very, very nerve-wracking. No doubt about that.
Well, unscientifically speaking, for kids, the weather doesn't affect them until they pass out. So.
That's true.
Okay.
I drank. You know what? I don't want to give a bad knock to Aquafina, but drinking 11 bottles of Aquafina is not as good as drinking 11 bottles of something else. Right? It's not filtered tap water. But hey, it was there. I needed it, but I did learn that they had water bottle filling stations. So next time I would bring my own, corks of cola or something like that, and probably save some money.
Right. Well,
but hey, I tried to stay on top of it and all that good stuff. But
I would say 11 bottles of water's on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because if I waited a little bit, that's because I just finished the 5 days of my treatment, and what better way to do than sit out in the sun for 4 hours, 101 degrees?
Can't think of one.
Did you chase it with some electrolytes, or did you go all?
It was just water.
What you chasing that water with, brother?
I did have a sip of one of Liam's Powerades, but that actually made me feel not as good. So I just
got new sour Powerade.
I saw that. That's the last thing I want to do when I'm just dying of thirst and burning up, is drink something sour.
With a sour straw.
With a sour straw. Sour Patch. Oh, yeah, the sour straw. Yeah, those are interesting. I saw those in the grocery store. But James Tibbs, man, what a game in the Super Regional, Jay. He was 5 for 6. He hit 3 home runs and had 6 RBIs.
Wow.
Including what went to be the game-winning home run there, and he believed the top of the 12th inning, and then UConn got struck out there at the end. But great game, great atmosphere. Looking forward to continuing to watch Florida State progress in the College World Series. So, yeah. Good stuff.
Do we know who they're playing yet, or
I believe we got one more game to get underway. We're going to go over pick them when we get back from the break, but I believe they play Tennessee in their first game in that bracket, because now they're going to 8 teams go, so it gets separated into 2 groups of 4, and they play a double elimination little round robin thing in there in each group, and then the winner of each of those groups goes and plays the best out of 3 for the College World Series.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, a lot of great baseball. I mean, it's just so many home runs, so many power hits, and it was intense. And I think maybe it was an intentional walk, but I forget the guy's name on Florida State that got hit by a pitch, and he kind of went out a little bit towards the pitcher, and it was intense.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either, but I remember.
And
that
then right after that, the pitcher balked, and he did balk the first time too, but then he got called for the balk the second time. So when the kid was walking to second, he was jawing a little bit, and the home plate umpire came all the way out to kind of keep him going, and tempers were flaring a little bit.
Watching a little bit of that game, I felt like that home plate umpire had like a high and right kind of strike zone. The low and away was never a strike.
Well, the Florida State fan base really thought that the umpire was calling a lot more strikes for UConn than for Florida State. But I'm sure that's probably typical. It's hard to tell from where we were because we were straight adjacent to basically you could draw a line from the pitcher's mound through first base. Yeah. So you can't really see what's inside or outside, but it's kind of part of it when you're the home team, you have that advantage.
I agree.
But when we get back, we'll jump into the rest of the super regional scores, go over our pick 'em, and continue on this beautiful hot day here on the Inside Drive. We'll be right back.
America's team plays here.
And a rocket to right field. This thing is into orbit.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida. Acuna, Ozzie, and Austin Riley lead the Braves' high-powered offense.
Swung on, belted, deep right field. Get out of here, Ozzie. Home run. Ball game.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida is sponsored by Brock's Pest Control. Store more portable buildings, reliable hydraulic solutions. Bill Bird Kia and Mid-South Lumber.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 86 with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, light sprinkles and a possibility of thunderstorms with lows around 78. Tomorrow, a likelihood of thunderstorms in the morning followed by some sun and a temperature near 89. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
In the jewelry business, there is no substitute for experience. David Adamson has over 46 years of experience, 32 of those in Lynn Haven. Designing and creating fine jewelry is more than a job for David, it's a joy. If you're looking for a spectacular jewelry design that says you, or perhaps you need your jewelry repaired, look no further than David Adamson Designer Jewelry. All work is done in-house and always to your complete satisfaction. Stop in today at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Ohio Avenue in Lynn Haven. They're on Facebook and at tcjeweler.com.
Do you suffer from political talk radio fatigue? Tune into the most fun and exciting new radio show on the Gulf Coast. It's The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. From the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. All right, Jay Henley, it's time to review our pick'em because we did 8 games, all the super regional games, and one of them has still yet to be finished. That's the NC State-Georgia game. I believe that's 6 p.m. tonight on ESPN, if I'm not mistaken. So, you got some NHL and some college baseball action tonight, which we'll dive into here in a little bit. But we'll start with the first game, and, not surprising. Tennessee comes out on top, but what is a little bit surprising is that Evansville forced a game 3 in that one. Tennessee won the first game 11-6. Evansville then won the second game 10-6, and then Tennessee took care of business 12-1 in that third and final best of 3 game. We all picked Tennessee in that one, so that really didn't change anything. Over there in the Lexington Regional, we all got this one wrong, but not completely surprising. Kentucky won the first game over Jay's Oregon State Beavers 10-0, and then won the second game yesterday 3-2 to advance to their first ever College World Series. All 3 of us, Jay, picked the Beavers. So man, it doesn't really change anything. And then, of course, all 3 of us picked Florida State.
That game was wild, by the way, last night. The Kentucky-Oregon State game.
That was a good. I mean, there's been a lot of great games, and we're going to get to another one of those here in just a moment. But excuse me. Florida State, we already talked about them. They whooped up on UConn, setting several records in the Tallahassee Regional in Game 1, winning that one 24-4. You almost knew that Game 2 was going to be a close one. You never see a blowout and then another blowout, typically. Usually it comes back to reality, and it certainly did, going all the way to 12 innings, and an exciting game there to be in Tallahassee. And, they're moving on to another College World Series. I think it's like 29, maybe even 30 now, and they still have yet to win one. And maybe Mike Martin, most winningest college baseball coach in NCAA history, never got himself a NCAA national championship, but he's up there watching from above now, and maybe the Tallahassee boys and Link Jarrett are going to make it happen this year. We shall see as it gets underway this Friday. But all 3 of us picked FSU. The next game that we picked is the NC State Georgia game, the Athens Regional. NC State just put the hurt on Georgia in Game 1, 18-1, but then Georgia got things back righted after an 11-2 victory yesterday. Again, Game 3 tonight on ESPN at 6 p.m. Winner moves on to the College World Series.
Let's go Diamond Dogs.
There you go. I need the Wolf back for this one because you guys both have Georgia and I picked NC State.
That's a Bulldog. Not a Wolf pack.
It sounded like it.
He would make a good Georgia Bulldog fan.
Well, give him about 20 years. Caleb and the board don't work out. Maybe I might just join that bandwagon over there.
There you go. That's how it goes.
Yeah,
he's a lifer though.
He is a lifer.
That's not how it goes.
He's a lifer. He's a lifer.
Him and Willie. Oh, Willie.
Oh, Willie. We don't give no urine about nothing but the time.
We don't get no. Yeah, that's right.
Oh man! All right, these ones where you guys separated yourselves a little bit. We had the Charlottesville Regional, which is what university, Jay?
Charlottesville. It's up in Virginia. I remember that.
Look at you. Say, he remembered something.
Yeah.
I heard him say it.
I'm reading.
Not slept much this weekend.
I know. I'm reading. I'm reading. I'm actually about to finish.
What's that pen in your hand doing?
What?
Is it written down something on that white notebook?
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet. It's just ready, just in case.
Ready.
In case.
Yeah.
All right.
But yes, I do. I'm reading.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. Virginia 7-4 over Kansas State in the first game, and then beat Kansas State 10-4 to win that one in 2 games. Moving on to the College World Series, I did take K-State in that one. Y'all both took Virginia, so you each have 3 right. I have 2 right, and then the next one, Jay Henley gets another one, and I did as well, as that was the Clemson Regional. I don't know if you guys watched that game yesterday in the afternoon.
Lizards.
Those, you got to watch out for those lizards. But
big lizards.
Florida beat Clemson 10-7 in the first game, and then kind of a little very similar to the Florida State game in that second game. It went to extra innings. I believe it went to 13 innings, and no scoring in I think the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, and then in the 13th inning, Clemson hit a solo shot to go up 10-9, and then in the bottom of the 13th, Florida got a couple runners on and ended up getting those home and winning that one 11-10. A lot of intensity though in those extra innings. A lot of stuff, not really knowing what was going on, and just the play. Did you see the play that the center fielder made? You see how it?
Dude, that play. That
they were
amazing.
like Willie Mays.
Yeah,
he did that twice, right?
Willie Mays.
No, he only did it once. But then that was the same kid that hit the home run in the top of the 9th to tie the game up.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately it all gets overshadowed because they ended up losing that one.
Now, are they putting the guy on second base in college?
No, they play real baseball in college.
Okay, thank you. Yep. Thank you, David Hayes.
Yeah. Now, they do have the intentional walk where they can just not have to pitch and go, which I know you're not a fan of.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's got throw the 4 pitches. Come on, how much longer does that really take to throw 4 pitches?
Yeah, another, 45 seconds to a minute.
Right.
But that was a long one. I think that one was like 5 hours of elapsed game time. But there were so many discussions with the officials and all that stuff. Did you watch the end of that game?
Not live, no.
Because the play the catcher made, I forget which inning that was in. They put a pinch. I think that's what hurt Clemson. They put a pinch runner in for the first baseman in I want to say it was the top of the 13th, maybe. I could be wrong. And the guy got a big lead, and it was a good pitch. Catcher made just a perfect throw and got that guy out. And I think that's what changed. And that might have been in the 12th. I can't remember. But
you averaged 27 minutes of water in that game. 5 hours, 27 minutes.
Hey, we're about 29 minutes after talking about the 11 water bottles, and you've just come with the average. I love that.
There you go.
Did you do that on your notebook?
27, right there.
27.27.
Yeah.
You can't discredit
minutes.
that.
That's right.
There you go.
I love it.
Sometimes it felt faster, sometimes it felt slower. All right, anyway, Florida advanced out of that particular super regional. You and I had the Lizards, and David Hayes had the Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, man, I wasn't happy about not that I wasn't happy, just kind of perplexed that Florida got in, and they took care of business.
So much for a bubble team, right?
Yeah, exactly. They took care of business in their regional, then they get into the super regional and take care of business. So hey, they're playing some really good baseball right now. Could be that kind of reimagination of Ole Miss a few years ago, where they were one of the last teams in, and they were the last team out.
That's it. World Series champs. And then, of course, you would have been on fire, Jay, had you stuck to your baby blue. But you didn't.
Yeah,
you went with
psychology.
That's it. You went with he just wanted him to win. He didn't care about the pick'em.
Yeah.
The Chapel Hill Regional, your boys from North Carolina, they took care of West Virginia 8-6 and 2-1. 2 close games there, but they are moving on to the national championship. Well, kind of the College World Series. And David and I both took UNC in that one. Texas A&M and Oregon, the final regional, which was another 2-0 sweep. Who won that one, Jake? Just guess off the top of your head. You picked the Ducks.
Let's go Ducks.
I think I picked the Ducks, and David Hayes picked the Texas A&M.
He
Aggies.
always goes A&M.
The Maggies, boy.
Yeah,
they did. They won 10-6.
Kane with a grand slam, I believe, in the 8th or the 9th inning last night.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah, Texas A&M won 10-6 in game 1, and then they won last night 15-9, knocking out both Oregon teams that could have been in the College World Series are now out. But you've got 2 Florida teams in there, Florida State and the University of Florida. And the University of Florida is the only school in the country to send both baseball and softball teams to the College World Series.
How about that?
They need something.
Yeah, I mean, their football recruiting rankings in the SEC are just way down there. But hey, it's not just about football, Jay.
It's not.
Although if you ask a lot of people, it is.
You're right.
But
football is kind of like the lead-off runner, the lead-off batter, and then all the other sports kind of got to pick
fall
up.
in.
Yeah.
It's true.
Fall in.
Yeah.
Who wins the game tonight? Your Dogs or the NC State Wolfpack?
Oh, let's go Dogs.
Let's go
Dogs. Come on.
All right.
Let's go.
I like the Pack.
Omaha.
What's my pick in that one?
Georgia.
Then let's go Dogs.
So out of the college games, one yet to be determined. Jay, you got 4, David got 5, and I got 4.
All right.
But you know what changed?
We about to talk NASCAR, huh?
We about to talk NASCAR.
Boom, boom. Left and right turns, baby. It's Sonoma.
Yeah, Sonoma, the road course out there in wide
Drink
country.
some wine.
How did you do?
Driving? That should be next year's event.
Yeah, just a closed course. It's all a closed course.
One car at a time. One car at a time.
That's right.
Can you make it around?
I didn't watch any of it, but Kyle Larson, I think.
Kyle Larson got the dub, and who did you pick in the wild card pick?
Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson was a. He's tough to breathe.
That's his NASCAR voice from Pick.
I don't understand the correlation between like the raspy older gentleman voice and NASCAR.
Back in my day.
That was not bad. And then shockingly as well, Chase Elliott finished higher than Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano.
Well, everyone finished higher than Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's the first time.
Engine problems.
It was about time he sat one out.
Where did Truex end up? Is it
Man,
way
he
back?
was running for the lead for a while too. So I left with about 16 laps because neither one of my drivers were
27.
in contention. So he finished 27th.
Yep.
With like 16 laps to go, he was threatening. I believe it was Busher up there at the top for the lead. So, but you know how things go.
Yep.
Cal Larson though.
Michael McDowell finished second, Chris Boucher third, Chase Elliott fourth, and Ross Chastain fifth. And then my boy AJ Allmendinger sixth. So at least he was in the top 7.
Yeah, top 10.
Not bad.
Yeah, for a while. I for some reason, I thought Ryan had Cal Larson this week. So I was seeing Truex and Larson. I was like, oh, Ryan's about to sweep this thing. And then I spoke too soon. I come in here, I'm like, hey, man, Ryan, you had a great weekend. No, I did.
So if if Georgia wins, Jay will have 7. If Georgia wins, David, you'll have 6 there. And then if NC State wins, I will have 5.
Ooh.
Big week
so
for
then
you.
we would all have 5 if
NC State
wins.
He's got 6 because of the 2 NASCAR.
Let's just take one away from him.
I agree.
All right. There we go.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Take one away from me?
No.
Oh, me?
We would never do that for you. Never do that to you.
I'm getting smarter each and every time I come to the show.
Yeah?
Yep.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, I would agree with that.
That's our
We're
goal.
not keeping statistics or anything, but
You did see what the average of the water bottles I drank was.
11.
Yeah.
27 minutes.
How did you do it?
Well, I did. All right, so 5 hours times 60 minutes, that's 300 minutes divided by 11 came to 27.2 minutes.
Well, it's incorrect because that would have been the Florida-Clemson game, which we did not attend. The Florida State-UConn game was only 4 hours.
Oh, it was only 4 hours. Oh, I got to redo
back
my math.
to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board.
That's tough.
So that is that's 240 minutes.
Yep, divided by 11. Man, you're good.
Is 21.8. 21
minutes in between water bottles?
In between water bottles. Yeah.
Almost a little less than 3 an hour.
Now, were you doing the 12-ounce water bottles?
It's whatever I think it was the 16.
The 16?
Yeah, bigger than those. You know the one.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You were drinking lots of water.
And they were running out too.
Running out of water.
Yeah, because people.
Oh no!
People were just buying it like crazy. But some of the little smaller ones would have them here and there.
I got you.
But you always, and it's not as fast in between innings as you think it is. You got like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You got to run and find some water, run back up in the stands.
What'd you eat? What'd you eat at the game?
We didn't really eat a whole lot
because it's
it was
too hot.
So hot. I was like, Liam, you want anything to eat? He's like, no. We did get a popcorn initially, but we didn't even eat the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
All right, Jay, I got to get your opinion on this because your opinion is my favorite opinion. Caitlin Clark got left off the USA basketball roster.
What?
So that's your first part of this opinion?
Yeah. I'm questioning this.
Yeah. So give me some
it's
more.
The world against Caitlin. What's going on? I mean, they're hating on her.
So should she have been on the roster?
Absolutely.
Because
she's a baller.
Okay. This is very in-depth.
I mean, I don't know what else to say.
You know what this kind of gives me vibes of?
Yeah.
I've heard that Michael Jordan kept Isaiah Thomas off of one of the dream teams, I believe. What if this is Diana Taurasi keeping Caitlin Clark off of the... again, this is just tinfoil.
Yeah, no, that's what we do here. That's what we do here. But yeah, I mean, and it's kind of twofold. Did she deserve to be on the team for her skill?
Like, as someone who's even trying to pretend to play devil's advocate against Caitlin Clark, like she's heating up right now. She's there's no question that she should be on this roster.
And not only for that aspect because of her talent, but also because, have you ever watched women's basketball in the Olympics?
Never.
I think they've won 7 straight gold medals or something.
So I guess they don't technically need her then.
No, but
yeah, they do.
What my point was going to be is
they won 7 straight. Though, right?
Take away winning and actually putting eyes on women's basketball, USA Olympic women's basketball. If Caitlin Clark's on that team, do you think people are tuning in and watching the Olympics?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of where I think the biggest argument was from like the people outside of basketball, more so for ratings and the media. Like, you had this huge opportunity to put her on the team, whether she starts or not, to just bring more attention to the women's sport, because obviously women's basketball is getting more attention than I can ever remember.
Maybe that's them kind of letting pride get in the way, like, hey, we could do this without her type deal. And I mean, if they can, then that's fine. The thing I hate about it is that this is a once every 4 years type deal. So now you're talking about, and honestly, I think what's going to end up happening is this is kind of one of those things where it's negative, but it's still publicity. And so it's going to provide publicity to women's basketball and to the WNBA. She's still going to end up on the roster.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that it's one of those things that just gets people talking like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they do that. And then, oh, look, Caitlin Clark is playing basketball with them. So.
Yeah, well, if somebody gets hurt, she's in. And maybe magically somebody will get hurt and she'll be in. Because
the goons of the Indiana Fever are about to step up.
Yep. And just an example of, again, we talk about it a lot, but what she's done for the WNBA. Caitlin Clark, this was a couple nights ago. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever drew a sellout crowd, 20,333 fans for, at the time, tonight's game against the Washington Mystics, the WNBA's most attended game in 17 years. These teams have a combined record of 3-20. And it's the first ever $1 million plus gate for the Mystics.
Wow. So that was in Washington. That wasn't even in Indiana.
Yeah, wasn't even in Indiana.
And they hadn't even won a game yet.
Nope.
Man.
Nope. And the Fever won.
Doing a little bit more hard rocking on the WNBA. Typically just pick the favorites and you'll be all right.
Yeah, typically there's some serious validity to that, no doubt about that. But and I think that's where, like, this whole Olympic conversation is interesting because of that particular fact. I mean, you're two teams that are 3-20 breaking a revenue record for a team single game. It's crazy.
She looks a little frail, though, to me. I mean, I think she could probably put on another 10 or 15 pounds, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know.
Caitlin Clark?
Yeah.
Interesting perspective.
No?
Not surprising.
Jay wants to see her thicker than a Snicker, baby. Come on, Caitlin, put on the poundage, baby. Yep. You just ain't got enough. No.
Eat more Snickers.
Wow, you're a big Snickers guy. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Hungry. Well, wait, eat sugar and crash. Real quick, one more fun fact.
You got it the opposite, bro.
Florida, with their 2-0 sweep over the Clemson Tigers, has 9 straight super regional victories. That's the longest streak since 1999. So those Florida Gators making some stuff happen. We got to take a quick break. When we get back, Jay, I'm going to get your breakdown of the NBA Finals game last night because you did say you watched quite a bit of it. You're listening to The Inside Drive. We'll be right back.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than SNR Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At SNR, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. SNR Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
Do you have a car sitting around you want to get rid of? Then here's a great idea. Donate your car and help veterans and their families. Yes, one fast call to the Veteran Car Donation Program and we'll come and remove your car for free. Fast, free towing, and 24-hour response. You can donate most cars, trucks, or SUVs in most conditions. The proceeds raised goes to help active military, veterans, and their families, and you get a tax deduction. All you need to do is make this free call. Get rid of that old car and help the vets. We make it easy. Make this free call now and book your fast and easy pickup. Call the Veteran Donation Program now. Donate your car and help veterans and their families. Operators are standing by. Here's the number.
800-932-1176. 800-932-1176. 800-932-1176. That's 800-932-1176.
Welcome to the Inside Drive, the next big thing.
It's a big, huge, giant deal.
Sports betting, huge reactions, Your calls and real-time coverage of the stories you're following. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, if you go on our Facebook page and look at the live show today, the link is posted to help vote us Best of Bay and vote for all the other great shows here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Jay, you got bailed out. I think you wrote a number 1 down on your white pad.
I did.
That was a big.
That's you, Ryan. You're number 1.
That's true in the minds and the hearts. But you got bailed out. Having to talk about the NBA because we got our good friend on the line, and that is Keith Fleming. Keith, what's up this Monday morning?
What's going on, guys?
Jay's
Happy
here.
Monday.
That's exciting.
Hello, Keith.
Hey, Jay Henley. You've been making a lot of money teaching kids how to strike that golf ball so far this summer?
Well, yeah, not really, but I'm having fun and sweating a lot. But
I bet that.
Uncle Sam gets quite a bit of it there, Keith Fleming. But
Uncle Sam, huh?
Yeah.
Just be glad you're in Florida. You don't have to pay the personal one.
There you
or
got
excuse
that
me, the
right.
state one.
Yes,
yeah.
You got that right.
Because we have that big old budget surplus. Anyway, Keith, I got to guess you're calling about Jay's favorite golfer, and that's Scotty Scheffler.
Ooh.
Man, what a absolute stud. I'm running out of words, and I do think we're reaching a point where the overall golfing world, I think, underrates and underestimates this guy's greatness, whether it be just because of his personality, the fact that we've had so many defections to the LIV Tour, but, I mean, he's now won 5 of his last 8 events, which is absurd in its own right.
Just in the golf world, that's insane, yeah.
He has 2 runner-ups in the other 3 events, and his worst finish in that span is 8th, which, if you remember, he kind of got arrested in that tournament.
And didn't have his caddy on Saturday.
Didn't have his caddy.
Still top 10 in, arguably one of the hardest fields in golf.
I mean, it's crazy, but I got, we talk about all the time on Wednesdays, his strokes gains numbers, and they're ridiculous. It's pretty much in everything but putting first or near first across the board. But the scoring averages, like looking into them, is insane because, I mean, just by nature, you should not be the best golfer no matter what kind of round it is. And right now, first round scoring average leader is Scotty Scheffler on the PGA Tour at 67.83. Second round scoring leader, Scotty Scheffler at 67. The third round, he really struggles, guys. He only shoots 68.33. That would rank 10th on tour. And then for the fourth round, no shocker here, 66.82. That is also first on the PGA Tour.
66.8 in the final
about the
round.
Early wave, late wave, Ryan, right? We talk about it all the time.
It matters, doesn't it?
It matters. Supposedly, maybe not, because first in early wave scoring average, Scotty Scheffler at 67.8. First in late wave scoring average, Scotty Scheffler, 67.68. And then if you look at it, well, maybe just, the nines. You can't play both nines at an equal level. Well, guess what, people? He's also first in front nine scoring average at 33.77 and first in back nine scoring average on the PGA Tour at 33.74, which pretty much shows he's a cyborg from the future sent to just destroy golf courses. I mean, it's basically he's going to shoot 67 no matter when he tees it up.
Yeah.
And we were reminded that Saturday when he made a triple and missed a 3-foot birdie putt and still shot 1 under, which was just on one of the hardest golf courses in the world. It's unreal. And then, oh, by the way, of course, we got a major championship that we'll get into Wednesday. But since 2022, in the major, Scotty Scheffler is first and scored a par, first in strokes gained total, first in strokes gained approach, first in green and regulation percentage, first in round in the 60s, first rounds inside the top 5, and first in strokes gained ball striking. I think Scheffler's going to have a wonderful opportunity to win this week, and it was what we talked about early in the year, the PGA Tour needing that dominant figure. And I think Scheffler is going to oblige, and then the arrest and stuff seems to have made him
Gave
more
him street
popular,
cred.
at least in person, yes, for sure, because if you've noticed, the crowds are so much more behind him. In-person events, you can hear it on TV than prior.
That's why Monahan made it happen.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
Now, is your man crush meter? Is your man crush meter higher with Scheffler than Tiger?
There's no way in hell.
No, not even
I
close.
feel a lot of energy. I mean, I do.
No, it's admiration. It honestly is, because Tiger in his heyday was incredible, but I don't even think Tiger was this consistent. It's because his ball striking and his chipping is so good, always. Like, I mean, it's just, seriously, like, he's going to hit a ton of fairways. Anytime he has a wedge in his hand, he's going to hit it close. And that he's going to get it up and down most times, despite still not being a great putter. But since, the Rory, hey, you should try this putter comment, Scheffler has now gained strokes again in 7 of 8 events. He's not gaining a ton. He's still not one of the top guys, but he's not losing strokes to the field. And when he does that, it's no surprise he's got 5 wins and 2 runner-ups in that 8-week stretch. So it's just, I'm in awe. And, Ryan had talked about this. He's not Tiger Woods or even Jack Nicklaus from a intimidation factor, right? But I think he is having an effect, again, just because he's so consistent.
Without
and
a doubt.
guys know he's going to shoot like 68, 67 no matter what. And we saw Lamar Ocala, who could absolutely have won that event and probably should have. And we're going to start seeing, like Tiger did in his day, Jack, same thing. He's going to win even more events by just being there, playing the kind of golf he's capable of, and other players are just going to kind of fold.
Well, and it's different than Tiger, because Tiger would stare you down. Tiger would hit a shot, from 270, twirl his club and walk in after it, and then have a 2-foot eagle putt. Whereas these guys now know Scottie Scheffler's not going to really make a mistake, and if he does make a mistake, he's so good at recovering that, like, you never get the window, so to speak, to take advantage of it. And the only way you're going to beat him is, with crazy stuff happening. And I've got some fun ones for you, Keith. I know you're a data and stats guy. So Scottie Scheffler he won $4 million for winning the Memorial. Obviously, it's a signature and an elevated purse event. That means Scheffler has set a new single-season PGA Tour earnings record for the 3rd straight year. 2022, he won 14 mil. 2023, he won 21 mil. He's already won 24 million this year. And what's crazier, Jay, is there's still 3 months left in this season, and he's already set the PGA Tour scoring record.
How about Ted Scott's got $2 million? I just saw that the other day. So not a bad year for Ted Scott.
Ted Scott's living his best life, no doubt about that. Here's a Tiger Woods comparison one for you. Scottie Scheffler becomes the 2nd player to win the Arnold Palmer Invitational, the Players Championship, the Masters Tournament, and the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday in the same year, joining one other golfer of all time, and that's Tiger Woods in 2001. That is some rarefied air. Just those people would kill just to win one of those tournaments in their career, let alone do all of those in one season.
It's a Hall of Fame career if you win those events.
He could stop playing golf now, and he's definitely a Hall of Famer, no doubt about it.
I don't know. Oh, go ahead.
One more, and then I'll let you dive into it. All right.
Jay, what?
Yeah, 1 second. Scottie Scheffler has more worldwide wins since January 1st, 2022, 2.5 years ago, than Patrick Reed, Adam Scott, Cameron Young, Terrell Hatton, Justin Rose, Ricky Fowler, Jason Day, Jordan Spieth, Will Zalatoris, Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, Bryson DeChambeau, and Hideki Matsuyama combined.
Wow.
Hello.
That's
These are major champions too, Jay.
That's some crazy stuff.
I think he's plateaued, guys. I really do. I think it's on the way. I think he's on the way down after this tournament.
You know, one way I can make it plateau is by putting $100 on him to win the tournament this week. That's how I can make him plateau.
But you can't. You're going to win 101. You might win $1.
No, I think he's plus 350. Yeah, he's 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like what I said. If you have a feeling about him, to me, I kind of argued this with Alan, and probably Alan was correct from a standpoint at the Masters from a betting perspective. But I look at it with today's odds where you're betting 16, 18 to 1 on Colin Morikawa. If I'm getting plus 450 for Scotty Scheffler at Augusta, I thought that was a good bet.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously with him winning, it makes it a good bet. If he'd have lost, it would have been a bad one. But he's reaching that point to where there will be, right, like a pivot where it's going to get even crazier, because Tiger got to that where it was like 2 to 1 or 1.5 to 1. And, I mean, Scheffler wins one more major this year. That's probably what we're going to get in majors moving forward for at least a significant portion of time.
Or hell, they'll just pull him off the betting boards.
Right?
You never know.
Scotty, I want the Scotty Field one.
Yeah.
Which, he used to always do for a Tiger.
Scotty versus the field, yeah. That'd be interesting if they pull that out, that's for sure. But hopefully he doesn't go try to make a swing change in the middle of all this, because I think his swing is just fine. But
No, that's just Jay's boy, Victor Hovland.
Yes.
Well, I think the honeydew list at home with Scotty is way up there now. I mean,
the baby was at the Memorial.
That's
a whole nother ball game.
He was, or she? He?
I don't know the gender.
But, I mean, he's changing diapers now. He's probably got to put, what do you put on the cabinets?
Do you think he's changing diapers? He's won $24 million this year.
You still got to change some diapers. It don't matter. It don't matter how much money you got.
I don't know if Mrs. Scheffler's changing those diapers.
Yeah. We'll see.
I changed a lot in my day, but I also wasn't making $24 million in a year.
Exactly.
Either.
I think I would pay it and be like, look, I make $24 million. I love my kid. I'll feed him. But you know what? Especially at least number 2, right? Like number 1 diapers, I'll change. Number 2, that's when it's like, let's pay somebody to handle that.
Do you think they're a Pampers family or a Huggies family? What do you think?
I'm hoping Pampers, because Huggies just ripped Liam's butt to pieces. There was something in the chemical and all that. We tried cloth diapers too for like 4 days, and we're like, this is awful. Because we didn't do that with Ryan, and then we tried it with Liam, and no, it's terrible.
So we have to do wash the cloth ones? How does that work?
Yeah, that's literally what you do. You wash them, and then you put them back on. You're like, yep, disposable. That works for us. Get you a diaper genie, and you're ready to roll.
Yeah.
Remember the diaper genie?
I do remember that thing. You had to make sure it was battery operated. Was it battery operated?
Well, I think ours had like a foot pedal, and it opened up, and then
there you go.
But you didn't want to force the issue with too many, because then when you took it out,
you'll always remember that smell.
Oh, I got it right now.
Yeah, I do too.
It's awful.
I smell it right now.
It's awful. That might be you though. But yeah, I mean, how can you not? Like, how can you bet on if you're trying to bet a winner, like, how can you not bet on Scotty Scheffler at this point? Especially with how hard, we'll dive into Pinehurst number 2 on Wednesday, but it's just such a brutal, difficult golf course. And what does Scotty Scheffler do well on brutal, difficult golf courses? Play the golf course so well.
Especially that it highlights approach, which that's what I was texting with you earlier. Martin Keimer dominated the field on strokes gained approach. Tiger, one of the greatest iron players of all time, just missed, winning at this venue back in, what was that, like 05?
05, yeah. I was there on Sunday hoping he would win, and Campbell won.
Both elite iron players, right? They're going toe-to-toe in the 98. It goes on and on. This is a second shot course, and that's not good news for the rest of the field, because that is, without a doubt, Scheffler's, of all of his great skills, his irons, that is the peak one. He actually, on Saturday, gained more strokes on approach than at any point in his career on the field. 5.6 shots on the field on approach.
On a brutal golf course. On a brutal golf course.
Yeah.
Hey, Keith, we'll chat on Wednesday. Looking forward to diving into the U.S. Open and all the fun stuff that go along with playing such a cool place like Pinehurst number 2. We got our top of the hour break coming up. You have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.
You too, Jay. You better be there or you're dead to me, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be here. Yeah.
So he says for now.
Guys,
everything always changes. You listen to The Inside Drive. When we get back, it'll be time for our Afternoon Delight debrief segment. What has Jay got from his life today?
ESPN Northwest Florida, available on all your devices.
Connected.
Hear your favorite sports talk hosts.
The Coach James Hale Show.
You're listening to the Inside Drive live.
The afternoon underdog.
And your favorite teams.
Braves winning!
We're live on the app. Tune in, Alexa, ESPNPC.com, Facebook, YouTube, and in your car at 101.9 and 104.3. Wherever you go, there we are. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 86 with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, light sprinkles and a possibility of thunderstorms with lows around 78. Tomorrow, a likelihood of thunderstorms in the morning followed by some sun and a temperature near 89. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hey folks, Chris Kramer with Bill Kramer GM. And the best place to listen to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is inside a brand new vehicle from Bill Kramer GM. And I want you to know we've got 10 times the amount of inventory on the ground as we did this time last year, and darn near all of them are discounted. So shop us online at BillKramerGM.com or visit us the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd. We'll make it easy and take great care of you.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
You're a real estate agent, not a social media expert, but you absolutely need a professional social media strategy. Stay on top of mind, top of feed, and be in more places. Introducing SocialStackPro.com, a tool for real estate agents that inspires your content with the power of ChatGPT built right in. Try SocialStackPro.com for free. Focus on building your brand, building relationships, and post like a pro with SocialStackPro.com.
Back to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
It's alive! What's alive? We're alive!
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I'm going to set an alarm to text David all sorts of stuff between 4 and 5 this afternoon. Just seems like the right move.
I enjoy it when you do that, man, because my mind is just all over the place. So sometimes when we're sitting there talking about stuff and then I get text, it kind of just lets the ADD ride free.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
It's like, I know all about that.
You got that right.
It's like, yeah, man, I teach lessons and I look for something else to do.
That's right. That's right.
Is that a bird?
Oh, man, there's a gator over there. And you know what? Instead of hitting these golf balls, let's throw them.
You got that right. And that gator went all after that golf ball. Sure did.
Yep, absolutely.
I've been seeing a lot of videos of gators and sharks lately. One dude dropped his phone. He was trying to video the gator. He drops his phone down in this little crevice, and the gator's sitting there, and he's like, well, if the gator leaves, I'll go grab my phone, And the gator just eats the phone. You just hear it crunch, crunch.
I wonder if that's covered by Assurion or not.
I don't know, yeah.
Incidental animal, well, not incidental, but animal damage.
That's right.
I wonder if it's probably in there.
It's probably an Android, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Say that word again. Search.
Assurion. That's the insurance company for your cell phone carriers.
Yeah. All right.
But anyway, you're listening to the Inside Drive, 104.3 in Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe. If you already follow our socials, we appreciate you. If you don't, check them out on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Just search up, as the kids say, ESPN Northwest Florida. You can also download our free mobile app. Where, Jay?
On the Google Play or Apple Store.
There you go. On, in, around, I don't know, but just go find it on the Google Play Store. It is ESPN 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You're searching up something good, that's for sure. I also want to give a shout out to our studio sponsor. That's Bill Kramer GM and Kramer Marine and Outdoor. You can check them out at the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd Street. Tons of new vehicles in stock, express service, regular service, tires at cost. They'll make it easy and take great care of you. It is also the heat of the summer, as you know out there, Jay Hemley, and it is snapper season. It's target tarpon fishing action. And if you don't have a boat and you don't want to spend the money to go out with a charter or a captain, you got to go check out Kramer Marine and Outdoor. They'll get you hooked up. They sell Seabourn, Spider, Sundance, Skeeter, all of the new and used inventory right there at KramerMarineandOutdoor.com. If your boat's not working, they'll get that fixed up for you as well. Call the car dealership at 850-250-1403 or give Kramer Marine and Outdoor a call at 850-851-0453. Afternoon Delight debrief time, Jay.
Hey, what if, let's segue into this. What if you took that Skeeter boat out there and you dropped a magnet in the middle of the ocean? Or the Gulf, sorry, said ocean.
That depends on how far you go. I don't know how far you can go in a Skeeter, but...
And then you found this safe that maybe contained $100,000?
Ooh, I would like that. If you can get it open.
What happened to a couple?
Tell me more, tell me more. Did the safe open up?
But we blew it up.
Here's the headline.
Shot fireworks at it.
Couple finds safe containing $100,000 while magnet fishing in Queens, New York.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that.
Found 50 cents safe.
Let your soul glow. All right, a New York City couple got the surprise of a lifetime while magnet fishing in Queens, a safe containing about $100,000. James Kahn and Barbie Agostini.
Oh, Barb's.
Oh, Barb.
I know her.
Oh, Barb, up there in Wisconsin. All right,
visited New York.
Yeah, New York.
Same place.
Visited Flushing
That's just
Meadows.
where they're going to get their mansion is in Wisconsin after.
Because it's too expensive in New York.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you can buy a shed from Home Depot for $100,000 in New York.
I've just always met Barbs that were from the north. You never meet a southern. Her name's Barbara in the south, but like you never meet a southern lady.
I thought you said her name was Barbie.
It is Barbie. Never mind.
I don't think Barb is. I just said Barb.
He's working on his brevity.
Yeah. Big word.
All right. Everybody pay attention.
So,
pay attention.
Real quick question, then I'll let you go. So,
right.
magnet fishing, you're not actually fishing for fish. You're trying to find stuff in the bottom of wherever you're fishing.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
you haven't seen magnet fishing videos?
No.
Oh, this is
I'm learning.
This is about. You're about to get.
Don't tell Liam.
I mean, you're in a great spot.
All right, tell Liam. He's probably listening right now on the radio.
Wait till your dad gets home, Leo. All right. So they're visiting Flushing Meadows and Corona Park in Queens last Friday. This only happened a week ago.
Cerveza.
Tossing their rope fishing line with a powerful magnet on the end into a stream and pulling out a safe. After opening it, the couple found clusters of water-damaged $100 bills that had mounted to $100,000. While it was not the couple's first time catching a safe, they had never hooked one with treasure inside, so they contacted the New York Police Department to report their discovery in case it was a part of some sort of illegal activity. The couple said the New York...
That's not why you magnet fish, though, right? To go get approval for what you found?
Well, a lot of the times they'll find bombs, they'll find guns.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
that's a little different story, yeah.
I gotcha. So the couple said the NYPD, I like saying NYPD, NYPD told them
they like saying the word blue afterwards.
Blue. They could not connect the safe to a crime because the money was in poor condition and there was no ID or hints of who the item belonged to. The police allowed Kahn and Agostini to keep the money. The couple said the NYPD didn't return requests for any kind of comments. It still doesn't feel real, Kahn told ABC News of their six-figure fine. Although they made a huge haul with their magnet and rope, the couple faces a long road ahead before cashing it in. The money would deteriorate more with touch, Agostini said of the waterlogged bills.
Yeah, I don't see how the bills are going to be worth anything.
Yeah, no kidding.
Maybe the safe's worth something.
Let them dry out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But, like, I mean, could you imagine? I know you can't fish over the Hathaway Bridge or something, but, like, I mean, there's no telling what's below there.
Well, you can get underneath the Hathaway Bridge.
Oh, yeah. You could
get in
magnet
the
fish.
yak over there. They've got the two boat on all sides of the bridge. You could fish over there. So
yeah,
the fishing pole itself that the magnet is attached to.
There's no fishing pole.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, is this a Mac Daddy fishing pole? Yeah, because you need something strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
you just let
Yeah, you're just throwing it out there and then pulling it back up.
Jay Lasso.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Sounds like David's done this before.
No, I've never done this before. It would be really cool, but I've seen a ton of videos like this. So yeah.
Okay.
It's almost like metal detecting, but in the water.
You're right.
Kind of the same thing to a certain degree.
Yeah. Except for you know, I guess you don't really detect it. It's just, it's there.
Guess and check.
It just sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm going to have Liam do that in the bayou on a yak, see what he can find in there.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, he'd probably stay out there for hours.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff you can find even without the magnet or whatever, just kind of snorkeling through.
Feeling around.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It's not too deep.
It's kind of like that Into the Blue movie where, you remember that one?
Into the Blue
with Jessica Alba and Paul Walker.
I don't know if I ever saw it.
Oh, man, it's such a good
I saw
movie.
Deep Blue Sea with Samuel L. Jackson. That's a good one. He gets eaten by the shark, of course.
Yeah.
After he does his big speech.
I think I've actually seen this movie, Jay. No recollection on it, but I think I have seen it. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a resounding score of 21%.
It's a barn burner.
Well, I mean, you know, you can never really trust Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, Jessica Alba's in it. I mean, good gracious.
exactly.
That's a 70 right off the cuff.
Right off the cuff. Maybe you should start a movie rating company.
Maybe so.
Jay watches movies with the sound off, though, so.
Yeah, that's true.
It is true. It is true. Kind of like when you're watching the NBA Finals, you're reading a book.
I was. You got to do two things at once.
Yeah,
You can
or in
never...
your case, just one.
Yeah, right.
All right, I got a couple others. I'll go through my first was a not as cool as Jay's real life afternoon delight debriefs, but we were having dinner in Tallahassee on Saturday night after the game, and this is how I know I'm getting up there in age. We ordered, and we got into conversation with the waitress about steak temperature, and she's like, "Yeah, my dad likes his steak medium rare too," and I was like, here I am.
Yep.
Now I'm as old to be these people's dads.
That's it. Yep.
So that was a realization I had over the weekend, which is fine. But
I don't think it is, Ryan.
I was ready. I wasn't really ready for it.
Disrespectful.
I know.
Very disrespectful.
She was like, "Yeah, my dad too." I was like, "Oh, bummer. Is it my hair?" It's probably my hair. I wasn't wearing a hat. But that's okay. That's okay. So I just wanted to mention that one on the air this morning. Is kind of brought me into a little reality there, but all good stuff.
I think before you go for the full-on skullet, which I do think is a great idea.
I'm not.
You're not going to do that?
No. I'm not going to cut it.
Oh, come on. Just one time. We'll do it together.
What?
Just like, let's bick it one time.
Oh, just one time and then let it go? I used to do that in college. I was either just completely shaven or just let it grow as long as I could in the winter until I got to that point. Saved a lot on haircuts.
It must be a prerequisite to, the doctors that come out on the fields in the MLB. They're all bald. Every one of them. Have you ever noticed that?
No. I don't think I have, and now I'm probably going to start noticing it.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what they say about smart people. You know, we're so smart. There's so much things going on up here
the
that
hair
just
follicles.
pushes our hair.
There's so much activity that's why you have a great head of hair. You just tossed that one up. That was like, we're playing adult slow pitch softball, and you tossed that one. Because a lot of times you say when people wear hats all the time, that'll affect your hair growth as well.
Right.
But you wear hats all the time, and you're rocking and rolling.
But hey, I'm the only one
You
that's
got a
got
buzz
gray.
cut.
I'm the only one that's got gray hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
starting to noticing it in my hair follicles on my chin and chin.
That's I get one or two in my beard.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
No, you don't.
Ask Beth; she'll tell you.
Oh yeah,
she's pulled some out.
Yeah.
Those gray ones have deeper roots. It seems.
Right.
I don't know why.
They've been in there for a while.
I guess that's why they're gray. But anyway, thought that was interesting, and that was a first. So one of many firsts, I'm sure that'll happen over the next few years.
Oh yeah.
Here's one from our very own WJHG.com, and it's a feel good one. Dog runs 4 miles to get help after man crashes into ravine. Again, this is by the TMX staff. An Oregon man who crashed his car over an embankment and into a ravine was found and rescued after his dog ran 4 miles to alert family members at a nearby campsite that something was wrong, officials said. Brandon Garrett was traveling north on U.S. Forest Third 39 with his 4 dogs on Sunday night when he failed to negotiate a curve, crashed over the embankment, according to Bacon County Sheriff's Office. While Garrett was able to crawl about 100 yards from the wrecked vehicle where he remained overnight, one of his dogs ran 4 miles to their campsite and alerted family members. Garrett's relatives set out on a search for him and finally located his vehicle Monday morning. Garrett and his other 3 dogs were found alive, but the family couldn't reach them due to the terrain so they called for help. Sheriff's deputies responded to the scene with Baker County Search and Rescue, Pine Valley Rural Fire Department, and the Halfway Ambulance. Sheriff Travis Ash located the vehicle and the dog in the steep, brushy ravine as he was searching for an access point to hear Garrett and heard Garrett calling for help. Ash rendered first aid while Pine Valley Volunteer Fire and Rescue and the U.S. Forest Service employees used chainsaws to clear a path for rescuers. Once the team was able to reach Garrett, they loaded him into a rescue basket and used Highline rope system to pull him across the ravine. Garrett was transported in an ambulance to a nearby life flight helicopter and airlifted to the hospital. The sheriff's office said the sheriff's office did not specify the nature of his injuries or his condition.
Man, dogs are smart.
Is a cat going to go do that for you, Jay?
No way.
The cat would have jumped out of the car while it was falling and landed on all four legs and then just walked away.
It would have, 100%.
Now he had the three other dogs to stay with him, keep him company, and then the one dog's like, I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Depends on what kind of cat, man. If you had like a little pet mountain lion, maybe he would have.
All right, yeah, I know. It would have ate you after the blood and the injuries, but
circle of life, right?
That's true.
Right.
That's
Helping
true.
that kitty cat.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean,
cool.
moral of the story?
Get a dog.
And really train him with your scent.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And the dog remembered where they were because of the scent.
That's amazing.
Good stuff.
That is
good feel good story there. You got another one, Jay? You want me to hit one up?
I've got one here. How about this? A South Carolina teenager became responsive in the hospital after his friend played Zach Bryan's Revival following a car accident.
Okay.
Crazy.
Intrigued.
I like this. Keep going.
A 17-year-old South Carolina teenager, Trey Ogletree, was unresponsive in the hospital after a car accident. His friends played Zach Bryan's song Revival, which helped him respond. Trey began to mouth the words and squeeze his friend's hand. He later received a new guitar from the Christopher Connor Foundation and played it from his hospital bed. Trey still has a long road to recovery and is being moved to Atlanta for therapy.
Interesting.
How about that?
Interesting.
Wow.
At least we talked last week about the story about the person in the morgue that woke up.
There's the song right there.
Is that Revival?
Yeah.
Hey. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I like Zach Bryan's stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a good
Another feel-good one.
Yeah.
We started off a little different, but we've regrouped here and gone on the feel-good stuff.
Yes, sir.
This one is, well, here, I'll do, and David, if you recall this, because I feel like I may hit this one. This post only came out a day ago, but I still think we might have talked about it. But Nebraska woman was able to pump a total of $28,000 worth of gas. Yeah, we did. Okay, I thought we did.
Okay.
I thought we did.
But it could be an update. Could be an update to the story because I don't know if she.
Well, the authorities launched a federal investigation into the matter, and the woman faces potential legal consequences for her action. However, the incident also sparked a broader discussion about the vulnerabilities in payment systems and the need for stronger safeguards for businesses alike.
Yeah, so she had like some sort of.
It put it into demo mode, and then it just let it keep going.
Wow. We need a TikTok theories on how to get that done, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And not have to pay it back, I guess, would be the second part of that. Because
how much did you said 28,000?
28 grand.
Yeah.
That's a gas. Hey, do some math. 20-gallon tank. How many how many tanks can you fill up with $28,000? Oh, I got to give you the price too. $3 a gallon.
Oh my gosh, $3.
Well, if I didn't give you the price of the gallon, then there's no way you could figure it out.
Yes, you can. You got to find it out without.
Oh yeah, you just search the average gas price in each state.
$3 a gallon. You said 27.
It's $28,000 worth of gas.
$28,000 worth of gas.
And let's just say there was a 16-gallon tank.
All right, so that's $84,000 divided by
16.
5,250
tanks.
Wow.
It's a mile worth of tanks right there.
You got that right.
That's a lot. If we did that correctly over the air here.
Yeah.
I think that's right, though.
I mean, I'm trusting Jay's math.
Absolutely. Every time.
Taxes and finance.
He's a financial advisor.
Uncle Sam, blame him.
Yep.
Hey, have y'all seen the Cybertrucks around town?
Dude, I've seen like four now.
I think it's the same one.
Absolutely ridiculous looking, man.
Thomas Drive.
Yeah.
I think You and I think we both saw.
One.
No, it was when we were coming back from the QB Vision Elite Retreat. Yeah,
we saw one then. Yeah. That's crazy.
I've seen one on 231 now, and it might very well be the same thing. It looks like it's like rusted, even though I know it's not. It just looks. I don't know. It looks so old.
I feel like I'm watching RoboCop. Yeah.
Yeah, or a DeLorean. It feels like Back to the Future, like a DeLorean.
They're a little bigger, but yeah.
Yeah. Get this thing to 88 miles an hour.
Oh, man. Real quick one. I don't know if this is an afternoon delight debrief or not, but the NFL did respond to Josh Jacobs saying the Packers and Eagles will be banned from wearing green in the game in Brazil, and the running back has since responded and apologized. But the Josh Jacobs firestorm started this past week when he casually mentioned during a podcast interview that the Packers and Eagles wouldn't be allowed to wear green for their Week 1 game in Brazil. However, it does not actually appear to be the case. They said that part of Brazil you were going to, you can't even wear green at, Jacob said. And they said, I guess something to do with gangs and stuff. The NFL has responded to those comments that the league would like to let everyone know that fans and players will be allowed to wear green in Brazil. What do you think, Jay? You think they wear green? Or you think if they wear green, they won't be wearing green for much longer?
Yeah, just for that game, probably. I don't know. But I just don't understand this whole world tour thing that we have going on with sports. I don't get it.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah. Is that what it is?
No, I have no idea.
The Eras tour.
I don't know.
Brazil, of all places.
Yeah.
Sao Paulo, baby.
It's going to be interesting Week 1 when it rolls around.
Yeah.
They're going to have... But see, I mean, you start diving into what's going on in Brazil, it's, who's going to go? Brazilian? I'm assuming Brazilians are going to go to the game, right? Not.
I would say you'd have some Brazilians and some Americans.
Okay.
All right,
maybe some Spanish people,
maybe
who
some
are
Venezuelans,
in the country,
some Ecuadorians,
I don't
some
know
Argentines.
Now we're getting a little broad.
And some Uruguays.
Keep it tight.
Uruguayans. Brazil's a large country. One of the largest
You're just
in the
naming
world.
Soccer teams.
Those are countries, but yeah, and also national soccer teams. Yes,
but hypothetically,
Paraguay
speaking, if
Colombia.
Colombia,
just telling you.
If there was a cricket game come to Panama City, it was $100 to get in.
Okay,
would you go?
I'm playing.
Would you go?
I'm not paying $100.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if I get the correlation.
This is it is.
Well, I mean, the world tour. We're taking our American sports and going world tour. What if world tour came to America?
Well, pick a better sport.
Yeah, don't use cricket as an example, because if you talk about when they have,
unless we're playing Pakistan, I know we can beat them.
I know we're playing. Have we played? Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Yeah, we're playing India pretty soon here if we haven't already.
We've already changed the whole roster up to a full new squad full of Indian Americans.
Yes. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I guess.
But yeah, I mean, if and you think about soccer, right? They've brought a lot of the European leagues to play games over here in the States and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think if you brought cricket, it may not have that same impact. But hey, I think they're just trying to spread the NFL with the world. I don't know.
I don't know if there's another sport really
that you could.
Yeah, outside of maybe like with the Russians and fighting in vans and stuff like that. But I don't know if you're going to get like $100 a ticket for that.
Yeah. Ruples.
All right.
Rupees. Ruples? I don't even know. That's India, I think. Anyway.
Rupees is India. And then Russia's actually pretty close to that too. I believe it's ruples.
Huh? There you go. Did you write that down? What do you got on that notebook so far?
You're number one.
And you added it. You added the hashtag or the number symbol.
There'll be more. There'll be more to come on.
I'm sure.
Notepad.
We only got 40 minutes left. With that being said, we got to go ahead and take a quick break. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN at Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Not have to go downtown. Not have to go across the bridge and fight with all the traffic. David Adamson Jewelry, Highway 77.
How many hours is the show? Hey, I mean, can we get to the point?
You asked him a question.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to get a recital.
I'm not done yet either.
Weekday morning 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Possible thunderstorms and some sun the rest of the day with temps near 86 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Light sprinkles and possible thunderstorms tonight and a temperature of 78. About the same tomorrow around 89 with a likelihood of thunderstorms in the morning, but otherwise some sun. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumberyard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Life can take us so many places. And at Panama City Toyota, we're here to make sure every drive is worth every minute.
Maybe you want a fun, fuel-efficient car for everyday driving. Or you need a dependable vehicle that really gets the job done. Sometimes it's all about answering the call of the wild. And when you're ready to shop, reserve your vehicle online and choose your options. Or we'll help you in person, even if you started the process at home.
Whatever works for you, always works for us.
That boot store has the perfect Father's Day gift for that special dad. Select from one of the largest collections of Western wear and Carhartt work clothes in the Panhandle. That boot store has been in business for 60 years and feels they've just begun. Shop that boot store this Father's Day and every day. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 9 till 5. Friday and Saturday, 9 till 5:30. Next to Bill Burr Kia, 15th Street, Panama City. That boot store where God is good all the time.
The locals love it.
You're gonna love this. You are my favorite. It's my favorite.
Everybody's favorite. The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Yeah, I think the outlaws, Waylon and Johnny, are gone forever. I thank Jesus, he's a-coming back.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Jay, what's coming up at the end of this segment? I know you haven't been here for many of them.
Oh, are we giving away? Well, not Braves. Qualifications.
Yeah,
for
but
Braves
we're all
tickets.
giving away a sweet swag package as well. Today will be a Dave & Buster's swag bag T-shirt and a $10 Swampy Jack's gift card.
Oh, right.
Have you ever been to Swampy's?
I have not.
You need to.
Explain it.
It's like an amusement park.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Whereabouts is this place?
Right off, I think it's Powell Adams Road. Splits when you go turn left by in between Target and Walmart. You keep
Some
going.
call it right there around Pier Park.
Yeah, see? It'll be right across from where the Top Golf Future site will be.
All right.
Need to get you over there.
Yeah, I just typically don't make it westbound much. I think
westbound and down?
Yeah, westbound
Just
and
keep
down.
on trucking.
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, we're giving away that. Don't forget, comes up at the end of this segment, our 7-year send-off. When you hear the cue to call, it's very obvious. You give us a call, 850-215-6290. You'll automatically win the prize I just mentioned, and you'll be entered to win the trip to go see the Atlanta Braves in the Xfinity Club. And I'll go over all the details one more time here at the end of this segment. But the beautiful thing is, if you've already won, keep on trying, because you can qualify as many times as you want.
Caller 10?
Caller 10.
Caller 10.
You know.
Say it in Spanish.
Caller 10.
No. Caller is not.
Caller
is not Cayetete or something like that. Diaz.
Caliente.
That's hot.
We on the Ocho.
The Ocho.
The Ocho.
Espen the Ocho.
Espanol.
All right. Break down the game 2 of the NBA Finals for me. Go.
Now, look, you're not going to get much. I watched a little bit. I was reading a book and watching
What
the
book
NBA.
were you reading?
You shouldn't have come here.
Oh.
It's the name of the book. It's a New York best time seller.
New York best time seller.
New York.
Own category.
Yeah.
It's its own paper.
Almost done with it. You'd be proud of me. 330 pages. I'm on page.
How many chapters? This is a chapter book.
Yeah.
You read a chapter book.
It's great.
Wow.
It's great. But yeah.
Who's the author?
I can't remember. It's
Yeah,
a lady.
I saw you sidestepping that question.
Yeah, it's a lady. Her name starts with a J.
She's a lady. Oh. Just like you.
Yeah, she's from Chicago.
Although
I was reading up
your
her.
name starts with the C, but
I love to see where the author's from and kind of their background,
Yeah.
But anyways, no, Luka looked great last night. I thought. I mean,
but didn't do enough.
Geneva Rose.
There you go. That's it. Yeah, Geneva Rose. Yeah,
Searched it up.
That's because he looked up the name of the book you just told us, and typically it takes a few.
Holy cow, man! You're a mind reader.
Magic. It's magic here.
Well, I didn't know if I had got actually the name of the book right. So
we know. We know, that's for sure. That is for sure. But yeah, so what are your thoughts? They're down 2-0, you know, kind of, I'd say surprising, but kind of expected a little bit too. They came a little bit closer last night. Luka, I think, had a triple-double, if I'm not mistaken, and I did do a
32-11-11, I believe.
I did one of the $20 bonus bet get back single game NBA parlays, and it was I had Luka over the it was the assists, the rebounds, and the points. I think he was 49.5, and he hit that. And Porzingis, which I thought would have been an easier one, was 22.5, and I think he ended up with like 19 or something like that. But you get the $20 bonus bet.
There you go.
For today.
Yes, sir.
Put it on Georgia.
Do it.
I don't know. Can you do college baseball on Hard Rock?
Yeah.
I wasn't able.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
I didn't.
I almost bet Florida State minus 3.5, but I'm so glad I didn't.
Yeah.
It worked out good.
Dude, I'm gonna be in the minority here, but I think that we're not very far from them, like, getting rid of player props and stuff like that.
Oh, I agree. I mean, there's so much outrage. There was another, I think it was a baseball player that came out earlier and said he was being heckled like crazy simply because of sports betting.
Yeah, like, I'm all for, I think player props are really cool. I think they're very fun to talk about on shows like this because it's like, you know, there is no right answer or not. But the fact that players are receiving death threats and stuff like that, like, man, at the end of the day, can we just enjoy the game? Like, if you want to make a little bit of money on it or whatever, or try to make a little bit of money on it, then, you know, that's fine. But not, like, if you're going to be going around giving death threats, and they need to remove you from the app. Like, that, you know what I mean? Like,
and responsibly. Bet responsibly.
Yeah. Well, and don't treat people like that because you bet. You know, it's your job. It's your bet. I mean, it's your choice. Like, don't take it out on the player.
Right.
I will say too, I think, you know, completely separate from that, but the player props may be, you know, we talk about the people getting in trouble for betting as athletes and stuff like that. I think the player props are where that starts to get a little slippery with some of those things. I mean, that's what happened to the guy that got, you know, banned from the NBA.
Oh, Jonte Porter.
Jonte Porter, yep.
Tucapita was just betting on the Pirates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like 4.3% of his bets right.
What's Shohei's interpreter's name?
Ippei Mizuhara.
I knew he would know it. He got banned from being a DoorDash guy or a Uber Eats, whatever he was doing.
No.
He was doing some delivery stuff, and then he got banned from that.
Really?
This poor guy.
This guy.
Taking the fall for Shohei. Now he can't even do deliveries on the apps.
Did he take the fall for Shohei? I mean,
did he take the fall for Shohei?
That one is so tough, man.
Question mark.
It's never going to be until
no one will ever know. Yeah,
you know, we're waiting on. I hate to sound so abrasive here, but essentially, Pete Rose will probably get in the Hall of Fame posthumously.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I don't think that we find out legitimate details about this ever. If so, it'll be after Shohei passes. So none of us will be here to see it.
Speak for yourself.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
I will.
I'm just kidding. Shohei, because that's right. Shohei is younger than all of us. I still think sometimes professional athletes are older, but they're not.
Yeah.
I could be waitresses' dads now, so that's the world I'm living in. But anyway, Celtics won Game 2 of the NBA Finals last night, despite the triple-double from Luka Doncic and a 10 from 39 mark from beyond the three-point line. Jay, in the NBA Finals, teams that go up 2-0 win 86% of the time.
Makes sense.
And not if they get up 3-0, that has never happened in the NBA history.
Well, the Celtics ball handling to me is just amazing. I mean, they're throwing. I mean, they're passing it and
passing, shooting, rebounding.
Yeah, it's
setting
the whole
picks,
deal.
assisting.
Yeah.
So you think your team name instead of being the Bozeman Bucks middle school team be the Bozeman Celtics?
Hey, I mean, it's got a ring to it.
It's got. I like the Bucks a little bit better, but
I got you.
Or you could just be the Celtics. You don't have to be called that. You get to choose whatever you want. So
That's right.
That's what's pretty fun about that. But I know Jason Kidd's been trying to kind of get under Boston's skin a little bit, trolling who the best player for Boston is a little bit. But I don't think they care, and I don't think it matters because they're so well-rounded. Jason Tatum is 12 for 38 in the series, but just missed a triple-double last night. Jaylen Brown was the best player in Game 1. Porzingis and Derek White and Drew Holiday have made dozens of clutch Clutch plays in the 2 games. The current MVP finals odds are Jason Tatum minus 135, Jaylen Brown plus 230, Luka Doncic plus 550, Drew Holiday is plus 1200, and Derek White is plus 7500. But there's no odds for Brad Stevens, so it doesn't look good for him in that one. But yeah. What do you think?
Do you think Dallas comes back and at least gets one game?
I think they win one game in Dallas, and then they go back to Boston and either lose in Game 5 or maybe sneak one away. But I don't know. It's Boston's. They've done what they've done all year.
Yeah,
they win games, and they win games by a lot. And even the games when Luka plays, arguably one of his better games in the last few. I mean, they still won. It's just tough to beat Boston.
And Luka's not that big of a guy, though, right? I mean, he didn't seem as big as all the other guys. Is he? What do you think? What do you think?
You always ask questions about very specific details that I don't know the answer to.
I can't spell Luka, so I don't know. I mean, I would search
it's
it
a C, I think.
Is it a C?
Yeah, I think
L-U-C-A?
No, it's a K. I sent it wrong to Doc A yesterday, so I took a gamble.
He's 6'7".
6'7". Not that big.
He's not that big.
Yeah. He's only 6'7", but and a big fella too.
Yeah.
He's a husky feller.
He is husky.
He is.
Yeah.
And he uses that weight, that is for sure. Yeah. All right, but we're going to get in the NHL in the final segment as they got Game 2 coming up tonight. And I want to talk to David a little bit about his thoughts on Game 1. But Jay, since you are here today and not tomorrow, I want to talk about golf.
Oh.
Some comments.
It's Jay's.
That would have been good. That would have been good. I wasn't quite ready for that. I was going to let you pivot to Wednesday for that one. It took you all the way till Thursday. But, there's been a lot of players coming out more and more kind of saying their piece about Jay Monahan. I believe it was Colin Morikawa or Xander Schauffele. I can't remember which one that we talked about last week. But Nate Lashley was the most recent player to kind of come out very vocally about Jay Monahan. Not everyone is fond of these signature events that we've been talking about that was implemented this season on the PGA Tour. The reason they did that was they're trying to compete a little bit with the LIV Tour and what money they had to offer. But not everybody likes those. Just ask veteran pro Nate Lashley, who pointed the blame directly at Commissioner Jay Monahan. Our number one event is the Players, and it's a 144-man field. If that's the best field all year, then why are these signature events that are supposed to be so good 70-man fields? It makes no sense. Lashley said at the RBC Canadian Open last week after making the cut, look how good the Players were this year. Look how good the Players was this year, not the Players Championship. When you have more competitions, things stay tighter, more compact. When you've got fields with no cuts, it spread things out. But we have a commissioner who is a chicken, you know what, and won't stand up to a handful of guys. That's what happens. You can't tell me finishing top 10 in a limited field is similar to a 144 or 156 man field. It's not even close. There's no comparison. It's way harder. The series of the signature events was instituted to encourage the best players in the world to gather more often and play against each other for purses of at least $20 million against mostly limited fields for jacked up points and more often than not, no cut affairs. This week's Memorial Tournament marks the 7th signature event. This one does have a cut with the Travelers Championship, the final signature event in 2 weeks.
Was the Memorial a signature event as well?
This week's Memorial Tournament marks the 7th signature event. This one does have a cut. It was just top 50 in ties out of 69. 70 total, guys.
And you said the Travelers will be as well.
That's the final one, which comes up in 2 weeks, and then no more signature events. But what do you think?
I don't know.
God, Jay, give me something.
I don't know. I mean, they've all got to come. I mean, it's the same thing that we've been talking about for a year.
I know, but now you're seeing more players on the PGA Tour becoming more outspoken. They have the PGA Tour Policy Board, which is players now, and they seem to be kind of running the thing. But, Rory was always the guy that said, we need, bigger fields. And then you have other guys say, no, we need smaller, more competition. And I can see both sides of the coin. But, here we are. It was actually the year anniversary, I think was last Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was Friday. Anyway, of when it was the 6th, when the LIV Tour, or 7th, when the LIV Tour announced that there was going to be a merger with the PGA Tour, and here we are a year later. Nothing has changed, and people are getting tired.
All right, here's my thoughts, and take it to the bank. Monahan has been very not in the media. He's been behind closed doors. We haven't seen a lot of him. I think leaders take risk, and he's not taking any risk, in my opinions. I feel like Liv has been kind of the big brother of it all, and he's just kind of watched Liv kind of do their thing. Monahan's got to go. Scheffler. I do think Scheffler is a better poster boy for the PGA Tour than Rory will ever be, in my opinion.
I think Rory. I just think Rory's kind of pat, and I really think Rory could be one of the next guys to make that move. If something, I think he waits to see.
Well, the divorce papers have to go through before all that.
True, absolutely, because that'd be a big chunk of money. But I think he's waiting to see what the end of this season looks like, because the PGA Tour, I mean, they said they were merging, but then you got that huge chunk of money from SSG, and they think they can survive. But it's obviously been some parity this year with everything going on the tour. But what do you think happens next year?
I think the LIV and the PGA Tour have to come up with something here to figure out. They've got to come to agreement on some things. I mean, we're not seeing the best in the field each and every week, and it is affecting viewership. I mean, it's got to be. But I don't know. I don't think the economy. Well, I don't even want to talk about all that. Yeah. But I mean, that may have something to do with it. I don't know. But Monahan's got to go. Scheffler's got to step up more, I think, even more so,
and kind of take on the role of being the spokesman for the tour.
Yep.
I just don't see if he wants. I don't think he cares, because he's dominating the PGA Tour right now. He's already set the record for most money earned from actual tournaments in a single year, with 2-3 months left to go in the season.
Right.
I don't think he saw what happened to Rory, right?
Yeah.
Rory kind of got dubbed the fall guy, the poster boy for the PGA Tour, and it affected his game. If you watch that full season Netflix, you see it affected his game. Yeah. I think Scheffler's going to stay in my opinion, is going to stay as far away from that as possible, because now if he does that, now he's got more responsibility than just going out there and being the quote-unquote face of the tour from a playing standpoint. If now he starts getting into the politics and all that stuff, that could potentially affect his game.
Yeah. Well, and back to Monahan, though, he's got to take care of his players. I mean, that's a players' union. I don't think he listens to them as much as he should, and his focus has been on trying to grow the fan base. But I feel like if he grows the player base, the fan base will take care of itself.
Yeah.
But I just think it's all backwards in what's going on, and we're starting to see the effect of it.
You're starting to see more and more guys come out and be a little more vocal, and you're starting to see, and I don't know. I would have thought between the year that this whole merger was announced. I mean, it's been over 2 years now since the LIV Tour even came to existence. And I had a Facebook memory a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago that was from when the LIV thing finally happened, or the merger was announced. And then people were like, "Oh, the LIV Tour is not going to last. Not going to last. It's going to go away." Here it is, 2 years later, probably with more players than they ever thought they would have. And they're talking about owning golf courses and having home matches. So I think one group of golfers is trying to be innovative and make some stuff happen, and one group is doing the same old thing and just creating bigger purses and all that to try to keep players on. And I don't know, it's a really weird time in the world of golf, and I've been saying that for what seems like 2 years.
Well, and the PGA Tour and the PGA of America are two different deals, right?
Yeah.
But the PGA of America did it right when they did the PGA Junior League. They created that. That's the best thing the PGA of America has ever done, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And that's where the LIV is trying to take this thing. where the players have their own.
That's a good. That's a good example.
So, but the PGA Tour is just they're on the back.
Old.
They're on the back burner.
Same old.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
There's one thing that's always constant in life. What's that?
What?
Change.
All
right, David, give me the cue. Yeah, there you go. All right, it's that time. If you want to win yourself a Dave & Buster swag bag t-shirt and a $10 Swampy Jacks gift card and be entered to win the Atlanta Braves 7-year send-offs, all you got to do is give us a call, 850-215-6290. Caller number 10 will be automatically entered to win an all-inclusive trip up to see the Atlanta Braves play the Toronto Blue Jays on Saturday, September 7th. Includes hotel, spending cash, food and beverage at the game, and amazing seats at the Xfinity Club. We appreciate PCB Hobby, Fairfield and Hampton Inn on Thomas Drive, and Home to Suites for sponsoring this amazing contest. We'll take caller number 10. We'll be right back.
Take ESPN Northwest Florida with you everywhere you go.
Anytime, anyplace, anywhere.
The sports talk and live play-by-play doesn't have to end when you get out of the car. The ESPN Northwest Florida app streams your favorite sports talk hosts and the biggest games in ultra-high fidelity.
This is of utmost importance in travel.
Take the sports talk monster with you anywhere you go. Available for Android and iPhone.
Use it anywhere or any place.
Your safety and proper care of your boat in an emergency is crucial. When it comes to on-water assistance, response time is everything. And since 1996, in the Bay or on the Gulf, it's Sea-Tow. Sea-Tow's Coast Guard licensed captains are on the scene.
In an average of 1 hour or less.
Sea-Tow gets members home or back to boating faster. Become a member today at seatow.com or call 850-234-2323.
1, 2.
I'm in love with a man named Rudy. I'm okay with that. He knows exactly what I want. Keeps me coming back. Cooks breakfast, lunch, and dinner for me. Does the dishes too. I'm in love with a man named Rudy. Last name Barbecue. It sure is easy to fall in love with Rudy's tasty oak smoked barbecue.
Next in line. Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than SNR Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At SNR, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. SNR Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
Broadcasting live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios.
Have a quick stretch first.
The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
Must have pulled something playing hoops last week.
And Jay Henley.
I know you're not putting that rock up from here. You ain't got no Jay.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Heard a lot of this on Saturday, that's for sure. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida, but for a different team. And we've got a winner from today's contest. He's going home with a Dave & Buster's swag bag t-shirt and a Swampy Jacks $10 gift card. We've got Bobby on the line. Bobby, how are you doing on this warm but beautiful Monday?
Oh, I'm trying to stay cool.
There you go. There you go.
Bobby, are you a big Braves fan?
I'm a baseball fan. I mean, I'm from Baltimore. I like my O's.
Ooh. David Hayes has got an O's hat on as we speak. No? That's the...
I love going to a baseball game.
There you go. Have you been up to Truist Park before?
No, I have not.
Nice. Well, congratulations on winning today. And as a baseball fan, one of those things is always cool to see other ballparks. And, never a bad time in a baseball game, that's for sure.
No, never.
Bobby, how many parks have you been to? Obviously, Camden Yards is one.
I've been, of course, Camden Yards and Memorial Stadium before that, obviously.
Okay.
RFK, I've been out to Oakland Coliseum, Candlestick back in the day.
Ooh.
I was stationed out there. So.
Okay.
There you go. Well, appreciate your service very, very much. Yeah. Well, Bobby, we'll be announcing the winner on June 17th. And don't forget, like we always say, you can qualify as many times as you want. And David's got your information, so you are ready to rock and roll. We appreciate you giving us a call. We, of course, appreciate you listening to the Inside Drive.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Take care. Bobby, our winner for our second winner today.
Yes, sir.
Were you about to hit the breaking news sounder? Let's see if we're on the same page. Connecticut's Dan Hurley has turned down the Los Angeles Lakers' 6-year, $70 million offer and will return to chase a third straight national title.
Yes, sir.
D. Hayes, right again. He was in the mix, though. He was in the mix, and he got a heck of an offer. $70 million for 6 years. Jay, can you do that math? That's about $11.5 million per year.
Oof. I didn't know who Dan Hurley was.
Well, that's not a big surprise here on the Inside Drive. Only back-to-back NCAA men's college basketball national championship coach for the UConn Huskies. But now that we've caught you up to speed, breaking news is regular news is breaking news for Jay.
You shouldn't have come here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, if you're a good college coach, it just doesn't transfer over to professional, in my opinion. It just doesn't. Like, name a guy.
Well,
I mean, Spurrier was good.
Okay.
Your football. I thought you were talking about basketball.
Sports Carroll. That was
Pete Carroll's
off the page.
Probably the biggest example of the opposite of what you're saying.
Yeah.
We'll see about Harbaugh. Harbaugh's already had success in the NFL. He's already had success at the college football level, so now he's back. If he wins the Super Bowl, he's already been to a Super Bowl, but if he wins the Super Bowl, then he's up there.
I would hope
and then when you go to the NBA, just kind of obviously just thinking about these off the top of my head, you would go to Billy Donovan, who hasn't had hasn't got the Larry O'Brien trophy, but I would say that he's been successful at the NBA level, and I'm sure there's a few others out there. I just think the thing with Hurley is you're on your way to back national titles. Now you could see the NIL and all of that good stuff playing a role, and maybe it's the same situation over there in the NBA. I just think that it would have been. I think whoever's going to take that LA job as a long-term solution, it needs to be after this that's going on with LeBron.
Yeah.
Like, don't
post-draft.
Don't start the career if you're trying to get that Pat Riley guy in there who's going to be, your long-term solution. It needs to happen after the era of LeBron James with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah. No, I agree. All right, we're going to talk about something else that all sorts of stuff about. But David Hayes, what did you think of Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals? Obviously, Jay, I know you probably don't know, but the Panthers won that one 3-0. But the story of that game, it wasn't that the Panthers really shut down the offense of the Edmonton Oilers. It was that Sergei Bobrovsky stood on his head and made 32 saves in that game, including, 2, maybe 3 breakaways in the first period? Mm-hmm. It was just some
stood on his head.
It's just a hockey. It's a hockey phrase for goalies, standing on your head.
Okay.
Yeah. See, there you go. Write it down.
Yeah,
you can add it to your
there's number one.
Number one.
I did see my boy Mike McDaniel doing the drums down there for the Panthers. Did you see him hyping the crowd up for the Florida Panthers?
Was he?
Oh yeah, yeah.
The coach.
The coach for.
I thought you were talking about Howdy.
That's who I
went right to Howdy.
Oh yeah. I didn't even correlate that.
Clearly,
yeah,
we did.
He was.
I was like, wait, they went. Because they were just an Alaska cruise. So I was like, well, maybe he went to Sunrise, Florida, too. I don't know. I didn't know they were big hockey fans. But, your boy, your lookalike.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see your joggers and your Air Force
I think you look more like him than me.
Yeah,
right?
I would say that you probably look closer to Mike McDaniel than what Jay does. Jay, though, why don't we go ahead and get off of the Buffalo Bills train while it's still get-offable?
Yeah, because it's chewing in the wrong direction.
Exactly.
I'm out.
All right.
Yep.
So
just like that.
I'm out.
So Dolphins fan.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
I do.
Why don't we just pick, you know what? I think this is fair. Jay's, why don't you just pick a team from each division?
Okay.
And then you just have.
But you have to do it off the top of your head. You can't look it up.
There's no way. There's no.
Come on.
No.
Let's just use this segment right here for Jay to pick.
No. Y'all talk NHL, and I'll sit here and turn my head left and right.
But no, it was surprising. Back to the Stanley Cup, it was surprising that Edmonton was still getting their shots off, but like you said, Bob's was just standing on his head, man, and he had a wonderful game. Florida was able to get 3 past Smith there, so I think that the tables turn a little bit in game 2.
They have to.
Because it's not stopping McDavid, Draisaitl, Bouchard, Nugent Hopkins, all of those guys. It's figuring out a way to slow them down.
Yeah.
Well, you got you got a successful recipe in game 1, but will you be able to do that in game 2? Obviously, I think that the time off might have had something to do with that as well, but we'll see, man. Florida they're a very physical team, and there is no I in that team.
No doubt about it. I mean, an outshot 32-18, and I think when the Panthers went up 2-0, they were 2 for 4 as far as goals to shots, and I want to say the first period was like 12-4 in shots. So, Edmonton did what they needed to do. Now, Florida's still a very physical team and out hit the Oilers in that game almost 2-1, which is going to wear on you and tire you down, that's for sure. But, it's the Stanley Cup final, and game 2 will be tonight. But the Rats were aplenty there, Jay, after that game down there in Sunrise, Florida. So what happens tonight?
The Rats, what is that what Edmonton does when they get a goal?
Yep.
That's why they did it in Florida.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know they did it on the road, too. Oh, shoot.
Right. Shut out.
Yeah, we suck. Here's some Rats. No, that's been a tradition for the Florida Panthers for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Edmonton does not throw rats.
Oh, okay.
It's a Florida Panther.
Edmonton throws oil on the ice.
Yeah, I think it's really slippery.
What was the question?
Going back.
Yeah.
What your prediction for tonight, game 2, 7 p.m. here in the East or Central Time Zone on ABC?
I'm leaning so hard towards Edmonton. I don't know why. I just feel like Edmonton's going to win 3-2 this evening. I don't know. Just do that.
I like it. Hey, that's what the prediction is. What the prediction is. Does Edmonton get a little more past? I would say more opportunities on Bobrovsky, but they had plenty of opportunities and scoring chances in game 1. I think I worry that if Florida does the same thing and Edmonton just can't get past Bob's, and Edmonton's goalie allows some easier goals. Not that the goals he allowed were easy, but Bobrovsky just completely outplayed him in that one. And I think Florida probably still edges them out in this one. I'm hoping it's not the case, but because I want to see a long series, but I'm also wanting to see Florida win because they've never won a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
So, but they got to go back to Edmonton. They get those 3 days off in between because they got to go 2,300 and some odd miles. But David Hayes, what do you think coming up tonight? Game 2, Stanley Cup. Well, we're winding down. NBA Finals.
Man, I think
I
don't want to see two lopsided finals, NBA and NHL. I think Edmonton bounces back here. I had the under 3.5 and Panthers to win. A nice little parlay for that.
Nice.
Because I thought the score was going to be 2-1. So I think tonight you get a 4-2 Edmonton win.
Do you think Edmonton mixes up some of their lines a little bit tonight?
That part I'm not privy to that. I know you keep Draisaitl and McDavid on the
I don't know how you could separate those guys.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I mean, again, they had the scoring chances. They just couldn't get anything in the back of the net. That's for sure. But like you said, hockey, you see, especially in these finals, I mean, these teams they're beat up, they're tired, but you see a lot of times it's a little more back and forth where NBA, one team can really dominate. But I think it's going to be a good game coming up tonight. And you say 3-2 Florida?
Yeah.
You say
I say Edmonton.
You say 4-2 Edmonton.
Yeah.
I want Edmonton to win, but there you go. Last 2 minutes of the game. I'll say Florida wins this one 2-1, which is what you had there for that first game. I just think let's get a close, exciting game. It's just Edmonton, and they couldn't get anything done on the power play either. That's what was even crazier.
I mean, it looked good.
It looked fantastic. They just didn't get any goals there. That's for sure.
I mean, you'd have how many times where you're just like, oh, they're about to net that.
Yeah,
like, that's going in,
and they work it back and forth, get a shot from right out in front of the crease, and nothing.
Sergei Bobrovsky hitting that electric slide on him there.
He was boogie oogie.
When's the next season start for the NHL?
Great question. Great. No.
Is it
October.
Already, man.
Already?
It's June, Jay. It's June.
We haven't even finished the finals. Dang, gum is about to start again.
Baseball's
on.
Huh?
Baseball's still going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah. There you go. What do people need to do? What do people need to do today and every day between now and June 24th?
June 24th. Prepare for hurricanes?
You can't go wrong with that, bro.
That is not an incorrect answer by any stretch of the
You
imagination.
should vote for no hurricanes to come and vote for the inside drive.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
It was about 2 hours ago. We talked about it, so I didn't know if you were going to remember or not. But
Take a look
yes,
at that.
we appreciate everybody who nominated not only the Inside Drive, but the Coach James Hale Show, as well as the Afternoon Underdogs, and our good friend Sam Peoples and the Braves podcast, the Braves Dugout podcast. He made it into the planner event/wedding category as well. And Coach James Hale's rocking the DJ event/wedding. Maybe he's doing some stuff on the side we have no idea about. But Afternoon Underdogs, Coach James Hale Show, and the Inside Drive all nominated for radio personality/show, including the Sam Peoples Dugout podcast. That is on our Facebook page on the live show now, and we'll post it on our page as well a bunch of times between now and when the voting ends. So we appreciate you guys doing that. And again, we're just excited if one show here wins on ESPN Florida, Northwest Florida. We all win here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We just got to make sure that, we get it done. And we can't get it done without the votes, Jay.
No. And I'm just thinking, what's that club up in Atlanta, Coach Hale?
Magic Dime? Oh.
Coach Hale DJ.
I watched the, no, I got nothing. But I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I can't remember club something, but I can see him up there.
Icon. Club Icon?
Maybe.
No. That we watched that Dateline on it.
Yeah.
No. But
Club Palm?
Club Palm.
Club Palm.
The palms, the trees. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. It's tricky to spin those discs when your digits aren't all the same size.
That's true.
They're not, though. They're different. They're staggered.
They are.
It's important to your golf game, right?
Is your middle finger longer than your...
Look at mine. It's broke.
It broke down.
Oh, it is.
It's broke down finger.
Yeah.
Yes, my middle finger is my longest finger.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Is it? Is it bad if it's not?
I don't know.
There you go. And we'll end with that. We appreciate you listening to the Inside Drive today. Don't forget about the Afternoon Underdogs coming up at 4 p.m. with your next chance to enter the 7-year send-off to go see the Atlanta Braves play the Toronto Blue Jays on September 7th, coming up at 5:40. We'll be back tomorrow without Jay, but that's okay because we've got Doc A. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Might as well go.
ESPN Northwest Florida offices are now